Hi, thanks for joining me again today for this week's bite-sized yoga. I don't know about you, but this past week has been hot. So today I decided we're going to do a mini flow class to try and cool down our core body temperature. So that doesn't mean we're not going to be working hard, but we're just going to be working a little bit smarter. So to begin with, everyone's favourite, we're going to come straight down to the mat. So laying on your back, preferably not using a hair claw while you're laying down, removing that. In fact, if you've got your hair up or you've got any kind of clip in your hair, remove it. It feels so good to take that out. You can put it in again when we get to our standing sequence. So from here, we're just going to bring one leg and then the other into the body. And start breathing deeply here. As you inhale, let your stomach expand and let it press against your thighs. So it's a really nice deep internal massage. You can rock from side to side, breathing in and out through the nose or in through the nose and out through the mouth. Just reminding our body, getting it ready for the movements that we're about to do. You can point and flex through the feet. Then from here, just placing your hands on the floor, and as much as you can, just start to straighten your legs towards the sky. So if you're here, absolutely fine, stay here. If you're able to straighten a little bit further, straighten your legs up towards the sky, flexing one foot, pointing the other, switching. So just releasing some of the swelling in the ankles that can happen when it's really hot. Encircle through the ankles, get rid of any of those clicks. Flexing and pointing through the toes. You can even just shake through the legs a little bit. This can feel really good, a little bit of somatic movement. In fact, bring your arms up to the sky and do that as well. Shake everything out. And back to stillness. Just keeping your legs elevated just for a couple more breaths. If you've got your legs straight, just try having a tiny little micro bend. You don't want anything too rigid or too strenuous here. Letting your shoulders release. Dropping the right foot to the floor, keeping the knee bent, and just holding somewhere comfortable on this left leg. So it might be behind the thigh, might be a little bit higher up, whatever feels good to you today. No straining. This is just a gentle stretch. Keeping your feet nice and relaxed here. Maybe closing your eyes. And switching over, dropping the left foot, right leg up to the sky, maybe holding behind the thigh, maybe a little bit higher. Relaxed feet, relaxed face. And release, bringing the feet as wide as the mat, letting the knees drop over first to the left, stretching out through the quad on the right side, inhaling up to center and over to the left, right, sorry. And up to center. Now, any way that you like to come up to sit, that's fine today. You can roll to the side and push yourself up, or you can do a couple of rocks, massaging through the spine, coming up to a seated position, and maybe turning sideways on the mat. So now's fine if you want to put your hair back up. I don't know what I've done with my clip. Oh, there it is. So we'll just do this. Oh, it's tough knowing what hair style to do while you're doing yoga. Nothing seems right. Okay, so we're going to come to a wide leg forward fold. This is the only point in the practice where you might want to grab a block or a pillow to prop your hips up on. Otherwise, we're just going to bring our feet nice and wide. Not too wide, not to your absolute edge. Again, we're not going as far as our deepest stretch. We want to just feel slight stretching, comfortable stretching. Something where we feel like we're releasing the fascia, releasing all the tension that we're holding. So inhale, press your fingertips to the floor and sit up straight, feet flexed. And exhale, either stay here or you can start to walk forwards, maybe swaying side to side. Breathing deeply, making sure the lower back isn't rounding. You want to be hinging exactly from your hips, and if you're unable to do that, we're working on keeping the spine straight, working on the muscles supporting the spine. Maybe you can start to try and bring your elbows to the floor, your forearms. No efforting, letting gravity do the work. Quieting our nervous system and just cooling ourselves down with that deep breathing. Walking your hands back, bringing your knees back into center, hugging them close, tucking your chin. Okay, now we're going to come to standing. So bring yourself up nice and gently, bringing your feet hip distance apart. We're just going to do a few deep breaths or lion's breaths here. So this is a technique, a breathing technique that is proven to bring down the core temperature. So we're just going to do a couple of breaths here. What it is breathing in deeply and slowly through the nose. Then on an exhale, opening your mouth wide, sticking your tongue out, so looking a little bit crazy, and exhaling everything inside you. So we're going to do it all together. Breathe everything out. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Bring your arms down like goalposts as you go. Looks ridiculous, but works. Inhale, arms up. One more time. Inhale, arms up. And exhale. Get everything out. And release. Shoulders rolling back. Head from side to side. We're going to roll our shoulders back just a couple more times, maybe 3 or 4 breaths. So just warming up through the postural chain. Rolling them forwards. Getting out any kinks from sitting at our desks. Turning the head right, center, left, center, right, center, left, center, and a couple of slow nods. Inhale, head down. Exhale, look up to the sky. Inhale, look down. Exhale to the sky. One more time. Look down. Exhale to the and back to neutral. So I'm going to stay face on to you so you can see what I'm doing, but you might want to be side on the mat so you've got space. We're going to come into a standing figure 4. So this is quite a tough, burny kind of pose, but you'll see that it will stretch out a lot of the tension in the hip, which has a cooling effect overall. So trust me on this. So bringing your feet hip distance apart, coming down into a chair pose. So sitting your hips back slightly, bringing your hands to your hips, and starting to take the weight really gently into your left foot while you peel your right foot away from the floor. If you want to work on your balance here, stay here. If it gets too intense, just come back up to standing. Starting to peel the foot away from the floor, maybe lifting the foot up gently. If that feels good, you might want to hook the foot onto the left thigh. So working the whole time to make sure that your hips are both facing forwards. You don't want to be turning off to the side. Now this is plenty. Stay here. If you want the next step, you can start to bend more deeply through the left foot, letting the right knee open outwards, creating a stretch. Wobbling. Wobbling's good. Building stability in that ankle. You want to wibble wobble a little bit. If you're ready, bring your hands up towards the sky. Pick one spot to gaze at, Dristi. It's your steady spot. Exhale, stand up tall. Release the foot and just shake out. Whew, bit sweaty. Promise it will cool you down overall. From here, step out nice and wide. You want maybe 3 or 4 feet between the feet. Hands on your hips still, toes slightly turned in, so a bit pigeon-toed, ankles turned out. Inhaling, looking up towards the sky, opening the chest. And exhale, let yourself fall forwards. So you can grab a block here if you want. What I would like you to do today is just ragdoll. So holding on to opposite elbows, using your arms as a weight to pull your body down. You can micro bend your legs, or you can bend your legs deeply, making sure that you're feeling the stretch through the hamstrings and through the glutes. You might even feel it through your calves, through your shoulders. Breathing deeply, you might even want to try and do lion's breath here, breathing in and exhaling through the mouth. A good tip here is to slightly move your weight forward. So not as far as you're going to tumble forward, but just so that you're balanced between the arch, the heel and the ball of the foot, gripping with the toes. Inhale, gently roll all the way back up. Maybe hop your feet back together. Shake out your hands, shake out your feet. And we're going to do that standing figure 4 on the other side now. So feet hip distance apart, lowering down into your chair pose. So sitting back as if you're going to sit into a seat. Staying here or starting to peel your left foot away from the floor. Working on the balance through that right leg. Maybe lifting the toes. You might be more wobbly on one side rather than the other. Hooking the left foot over the right thigh. Keeping the hips forward. Gazing into one spot, staying here or lowering down further, really feeling the burn through that glute. Arms up to the sky. Woo! I'm falling over. That's fine, we'll just go again. Breathing deeply. On your next inhale, straighten up. Release the foot, shake everything out. Well done. Going to come into another forward fold, this time with our legs together. So I'll show you from the side. Well, legs slightly further apart than legs together. I'd say hip distance. Inhaling, looking up towards the sky. Exhale, bend the knees and lower yourself down. Bending the knees deeply here, I think. Again, ragdoll the arms, either bring them to the floor, hold on to opposite elbows, maybe switch up the hold of the elbows. Maybe straightening one leg, then the other. Pedaling through, creating some length. From here, bend your legs all the way down and come to sit. Perfect, whole part's over. So from here, we're going to come to reclined butterfly. Really lovely, one of my favourite poses. Rolling down onto your back. Ouch. Taking your clip out once again. Bending your knees, bringing your feet together. You can bring pillows to either side of you if you want to prop your knees up, because what we're going to do is just open them out to the side. And if that causes a lot of tension, then this won't be restful. So make sure that you're propping yourself up as required. Letting the knees open up. Letting the shoulders pull together. Resting the hands on the inner groin, the stomach, out to the side, wherever it feels good for you. Nero, come here. I think we've got a visitor who wants to do recline butterfly. Hello, buddy. Letting yourself acclimatise to the work you've just done. Nice. On your next inhale, just gently bringing your knees back together, hugging everything in one last time. Coming to a brief happy baby pose. So I'll take you through the variations here. So many times in classes I see people trying to go to the full expression of the pose and actually injuring themselves because they're pushing too far. It's not an easy pose to do. So we'll go step by step here. Opening the knees wide. First step, holding onto your shins and pulling your knees in towards your chest. Rocking side to side. So this is setting you up for that movement of happy baby, bringing the thigh towards the outside of the ribs. If this feels good, you can start to straighten out through your calves, through your shins, keeping your knees bent. You can hold onto your ankles, pulling your knees down to either side of the body, trying to keep the length of the spine pressing into the floor. And then if you've still got a bit more room here, you can either hold on to the inside or the outside of the feet. Pulling your knees down towards your body. Getting that last bit of tension out of your hips. And release everything to the floor. Letting your shoulders knit together, letting your feet fall out to the side, palms up to the sky. Just quietly breathing, just for a minute or so. So stay here for as long as you can. If you're ready to get moving again, you can start to wiggle your fingers and toes, moving your head from side to side, stretching your arms, your legs, maybe rolling over and coming up to sit, letting your head come up last. Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining me again today. I hope that you've cooled off a little bit. If you like this kind of movement, like and subscribe. I drop a new class every Thursday.